No, with the availability of social media, why is there a need for all these banners, buntings on the roadside?
I think it give different appeal for the people who see it. It's something that you can't replace. There are things that you can replace online. I mean, with something that is physically appealing to people, which you can't replace it online. For instance, you can watch movies online, but it cannot replace the experience being in cinema. You can't bring your boyfriend, you can't bring your girlfriend there. So the audio system also different. So this kind of, when you look at the poster, it gives you different kind of, psyche satisfaction in a way, or perception. It builds up perception. So that's why we still need it.
Perception for supporters or perception for all?
For all, actually, it gives the sign of strength. It shows how strong is your support in certain constituents. Because if you have less banners, if you have less flags, it means you don't have machinery at all in that area.
Now you are in charge of new media.
Yeah.
What's the strategy there?
No, we don't tell strategy basically, but basically what we need to do is we need to disseminate information as much as possible to the people, to our target audience, and at the same time we learn from 2008 and 2000. A year before, 2008, that disseminate information only won't give you votes. You have to counter lies, slanders, etc. Then only people can relate to what you are talking about.
Now, in the context of social media, before we get to all the sex lies and videotapes, you use social media. Do you separate the demographics in terms of urban? You have a certain message, and then rural. Whether you even target the rural people at all, or you just say that social media is not there.
Yes, we do. I think the popular, perception is that the social media is for young urban below 40. But I think now with the broadband speed, which is better today, access to internet is far-reaching, and we have those who are in urban also. Get information from Facebook, from Twitter, and also from YouTube's. Previously, maybe it's quite difficult because of the speed of broadband. But now I think it's overall, when we produce something, when we disseminate something, it's for all Malaysians. But sometimes, yes, there are issues which is relevant to those who are in urban or to those who are in rural. Then we have to select which Facebook pages, which Twitter account that they follow. So I think that is made easy because now you using this application, your target market is a little bit. They already separated it.
You can segmentize them.
Segmentize, yeah.
What is your greatest challenge using social media?
I think earlier stage was to get more and more UMNO supporters and UMNO members to understand social media. Where earlier stage is quite difficult to get them to source information from internet media. They don't read blogs. They are too dependent to this traditional media, and they don't.
Is that an age factor?
It's not an age factor. I think basically those UMNO supporters and BN supporters, they are so used to the traditional media. They don't want to venture into alternative media. But on the opposite side, the PR supporters or PR sympathizers, they at that time they don't trust the traditional media.
And it's because the traditional media, for the most part, have been owned by political parties from the.
Yeah, there's a perception. There's a perception. So, but because of that, they try to get information from alternative source, and internet media provide that option for them.
Now, also through social media, we get to have videos. Before in the newspapers, you can't, right? Simply because of the medium. Now, there is all these videos about alleged sexual misconduct and all that. What role does this play in trying to get people to vote for the right person?
I think in our society, moral issue is still a problem. people still judge people based on their moral, I mean, standing. So for religious, most, I think for Malaysian, most of them still want a clean leader, leaders without a moral issue, etc. And the problem is that since 1998, we have been using the template which are being used by the opposition, which is character assassination. We label people, we try to find fault, we slander people, and these are put forth into the internet media. So the template now, I think some of them before this are with the opposition, but now they are with pro government. So they still use the template to support the government and to bash the opposition. So the opposition also still using the same tactic. That's why person like Datin Sri Rosmah always become victim of such character assassination and this kind of politic. So sad to say that it has no bearing to give a voters a very informed, a lot of information before they make an informed decision before they vote, when they cast their vote. But that is basically majority of Malaysian psyche. They like sensational things.
But being the dominant party, being in the government for such a long time, what about taking the moral high ground and not play that game?
We don't. I think we don't, and we have to take care of the institution. Integrity, like the unit that I handle. We have a set of guidelines that doesn't allow us to play that. But you have to notice that inside the cyber world there are also independent bloggers. They might be a pro opposition. Opposition supporter. They can be also this government supporter, and we cannot imply our rules and regulation on them. They are free to do what they want. So they are the one who get all these materials and disseminate it. But yes, of course, there are some occasion where UMNO supporters individually on personal capacity, they do distribute this thing so that they can further.
And you have no control over that.
Yeah, it's quite difficult to control, especially internet media.
Well, with MCMC going to monitor?
They can monitor, they can take note, but to get the IP, it's not easy. And for blog, maybe they can try, but if the IP is being placed elsewhere, overseas, you can't get it. From Facebook and Twitter, no way you can get the IP.
I noticed you got this on your sleeve.
Okay.
So how much?
They don't pay us.
What's your budget for social media?
Basically, we only compensate the time that the volunteers spend for what they do for Barisan Nasional. Basically, it's a project basis.
But what's your budget though?
Like for this GE, I think what we have is only around 30,000. We just
for social 30,000 for social media.
We just compensate
for the whole campaign.
Yeah, we just compensate the time that these volunteers allocate.
But I see you on YouTube. I go to YouTube. First thing I see is up there. So you must be paying for YouTube. You must have a budget for that. Pay per click, whatever, but you still have a budget for that.
But that one, I think, not from us.
Not from you.
Not from us. But from us, I think we compensate the time that the volunteers spend, what they produce accordingly. But it's on the rate for volunteers. It's not for the professional fee, something like that.